What is good, Vibe Gang? It is your boy Ray Hill with another one. My guy, Steve, thank you so much for the dono, my guy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Like you saw in the intro, I have my two of the dopest reactors out on YouTube right now. My brother King Prime and my brother Sion the God. On the Vibe Talk podcast tonight, 9 p.m. Please be there. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And that's a fact. Shout out to Steve for the dono. Nicky Gracious, One King. Okay. Okay, Federico. Cut the beat, man. You can leave. I love when people give me people that I never heard of. I love it. Because I could really bring it in the moment. In the moment. All right. Nicky, it is on you.
This that anthem. One king. Yeah. I look at the state of the world and it's hurting my soul cause I know revelations. And honestly, we should have been wiped out by now, but thank God for his patience.
So that nigga talk that shit then. Talk that shit because that's a fact. The way we moving, we should have been wiped out or ourselves out a long time ago.
I know revelations. And honestly, we should have been wiped out by now, but thank God for his patience. And I'm a contributor to this man, and so I ain't gonna act like I'm better. But I ain't gonna lie to myself and say that we can fix it by coming together. That same old song ain't sounding so good when you keeping that thing on repeat. And I know the lines have been drawn, it's good verse, but you can't fool me.
Right.
And it ain't about no Republicans, and it ain't about Democrats. And it ain't about being white, and it ain't about being black.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It ain't about none of that shit. It's a clear-cut case of good versus evil. That's it. There's nothing to it. Absolutely a fucking fact. Because if you think about it, everything that people normally would like or to do or to cooperate with, like negativity and drama and bullshit online and all that other stuff, all that attracts us because we know we can't do it. We know we shouldn't do it. We know it's taboo to dap into that type of life. But we want to do it because we know we're not supposed to. Morally, we should be family-oriented, taking care of what we can control, trying to build your happiness before you build your pockets. And then move on forward from that point on. People don't think that way. On average, the average person doesn't think that way. The average person thinks about me. What do I want? What is going to make me happy? And fuck the rest. And that's when you start getting the manipulation. And then when you think you got enough, it's not enough really, and you want more. So you keep on doing more shit to get that what you think is going to make you happy. And by the time you know, you're going to have all this money sitting in a big, huge mansion all by yourself, sad. Like most of these artists did, following that path. Ain't about none of that. Ain't about Democrats. Ain't about Republicans. Ain't about none of that. It's about right or wrong, and there's a lot more wrong happening right now than there is right. Fact.
And it ain't about Democrats, and it ain't about being white, and it ain't about being black. The problem is seen it to cover the face of the earth, and we all in rebellion. You know it's the truth, just look around. How many ways do he gotta tell you? And humans selling humans now. They ain't just trafficking drugs. These heartless devils ain't got no qualms kidnapping and trafficking us. Right. And the media tell you to wear your mask, but then sweep that under the cover and turn a blind eye to the...
Go talk that shit because everyone's telling you, oh, we gotta put the mask, we gotta stay 6 feet, you need your vaccination. And then a couple of years right after they said, you guys didn't really need to wear a mask. You guys really didn't need to stay 6 feet. That really was not gonna stop that from happening. So they closed down the country. Worst decision in the world was to close down the country. That was the worst decision. Yeah, a lot of good came out of it. There's a lot of people that were able to find themselves, like really, really wholeheartedly in their hearts, find themselves because of the lockdown. It was able to it helped a lot of people get out the closet, like emotionally out the closet, and you just be vulnerable and reach out and, you know, make connections and make friends and create beautiful things. And the lockdown did have a lot to do with that. But for the majority of the part, the lockdown should have never happened. People that went to work and had to wear masks, they had to wear the mask. That's what they're mandating. That's what it is. A lot of people were going crazy. Oh, you're taking my rights away, and and all this other. Like, why you got to make it so dramatic? Just put a fucking mask on, bro. It's not going to stop you from fucking living. Follow what the fuck they wanted you to follow and just go. But in my mind, conversations that I had with my private, we all knew, we all understood that ain't gonna stop nothing. We don't have to wear the mask. We don't have to. We all knew it. And then they put companies and people behind the counter of these companies that have to fight the public because a company made a rule saying nobody could walk in here without a mask. So now the employee, whether they believe it or not, they need their job, right? When they pass down some shit that you have to follow it. If not, it's going to be a possible repercussions of your income. And people don't want that shit. So yeah, if it's a scare tactic, it's scare tactic. It is what it is. But fighting it and doing all this other crazy stuff didn't fix anything. It didn't change anything. It made it worse. By acting out and going crazy online about this whole mask thing. Like, it is what it is. People behind the counter have nothing to do with that. They're just following a fucking rule that the boss told them to do. I was one of them. I told people, you can't come in here. I'm sorry. I understand what you're saying. What you want me to do about it? Get out. Because then if not, then if I say, nah, he's good, and then everything is all good and dandy, and God forbid somebody in that waiting room gets COVID, then I'm the one to blame because I let this man sit in here, and then I'm going to risk my fucking job? No. You ain't paying my bills. That ego and that bullshit was making you act all crazy. Just do it. What the fuck ever. Yes, it didn't do anything. It wasn't gonna fix anything. That's beautiful. Okay, cool. You were right, but did you really want to take the fucking chance? I've known personal people that fucking died off of COVID. Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me shit. It was real. Did the mask help? No. Did the vaccine help? Fuck no. It got people sick. I legitimately took the vaccine because my job said that I had to go take the vaccine in order for me to be there. If not, I could use my vacation and I could use my PTO, not PTO, but my sick time and all this other stuff. And after that, I ain't got no hours. So they'll put me like on something because they can't legally fire me, but they could make my life a living fucking hell. And those were the consequences from my manager at that point. That he was going to send me home and use up all my time that I have accumulated that I was going to use for vacation and holidays and shit like that. And then put me in a financial situation. But I still have a job, so he's within the guidelines of what they could do. I was not going to take that chance. I got a family. Whether I wanted to or not, I had to do it. Point fucking blank. Is it right that he had to do that? No, it's not right that he did that. But that's why that motherfucker's not there no more. So it kind of evens itself out. The karma got back to him real quick because I was not the first one that he did that with. So, I mean, it was bullshit. It was a situation that our generation of humans, the way we are mentally right now, how sensitive and how privileged we are right now, that we mentally couldn't handle the COVID virus. We couldn't handle it. From government all the way down to the worker. We couldn't handle it. We did not know what to do, so everybody was just winging it. and doing whatever it is that they needed to do to stay afloat. That's what they were doing. Or to survive. From government to the citizens, nobody handled this COVID shit right. Nobody. And that's how I feel about the shit. Point fucking blank. And I understand other people how they feel like that's my right. My right is if I don't want to wear a fucking mask, you can't make me do nothing. You can't. I get that. I understand it 100%. A part of me is that way. My part of me is no, fuck all that. But then I have to open my eyes and understand reality. What I feel in reality are two different fucking things. I could feel upset and I could feel pissed off and I could feel everything. Is it going to change my situation for the better or for the worse? So that's when you have to use your brain and balance the pros and cons of the situation. All right, if I fight for my right not to wear the mask, this is potentially what's going to happen. I'm probably going to lose my home that I just got. I'm probably not going to be able to afford to pay for all of my fucking bills or no my food because they're going to fuck with my job. Or wear a mask and keep my job and keep on getting paid what I was getting paid. And all I have to do is wear a mask and make sure people that come in do not wear a mask and get the vaccine. People said, oh, the vaccine got me worse. I took the vaccine and I didn't get worse. And nothing happened. I took the vaccine and my life kept on going. I didn't get worse. I didn't get better. It was just the same. I got better through time. And then after a point, I'm 100%. I'm healthier than I was through that whole entire time frame in the last couple of years. I'm a lot healthier than I was now. Some people say that they're not. People are different. The way your molecules and shit work in your body is different. I'm just telling you my experience through this whole entire thing. I was outside in the world field every single day. They didn't lock me down. They didn't lock my company down. We were open like normal hours. Nothing changed for me. I had to go to work. I had to pay bills. I had to go do groceries. I had to do all that. I just needed to take certain precautions now. Oh no, it's such a inconvenience for my day to take a little bit extra precaution to make sure everyone's safe. Like, it is what it is. A mask wasn't going to kill us. Staying 6 feet away from us was not going to kill us either. Will you want to talk to somebody like this, nose to nose? You should be staying 6 feet away from me anyway, bro. But people wanted to take it, twist it in their own personal drama, and then throw it out to the public to hear it. And that's what happens. And us, just, oh, you heard what they said about them. Who gives a shit, man? Oh, did Trump say this about? I don't give a fuck. If Trump said it, right? Cool. Are you going to go and get it and put it in you? No. It was not mandatory to boot. They didn't mandatorily say you have to have the vaccine. Company said if you want to keep your job, but you don't have to. If you want to quit, you could quit and not take the vaccine. If you're going to support it all the way. Quit your job. So it wasn't mandatory. It was mandatory if you wanted to keep your job. And I guarantee you, the majority of people, like 3 weeks before that, fuck my job. I hate this job. Then quit it. Then quit your job. Find something better to do. Go to another job that has like, so you have choices, is what I'm saying. You're not stuck in a situation. You have choices. Point fucking blank. People didn't want to take choices. People wanted to be hard-headed. People wanted to fight it and fight it and fight it and fight it, and then bring this whole big-ass, whole huge drama about it. When it was a simple, like, all right, bro, if you don't want to take it, don't take it. Don't. And I hope you don't get it, and I hope it doesn't get worse, or I hope everything. I hope the best for you. You don't have to take it. Oh, but I'm not going to quit my job. I worked in this job for 20-something fucking years. I ain't going to quit my job because they're going to make me take I don't know what to tell you, bro. And not all jobs were doing it, which was good to see, because I know a lot of people that work in like in retail around Florida and stuff like that. And a lot of companies were not like that, at least down here in Florida. They were not like, you have to do this, or you have to take this vaccine, or you have to do any of this, or there'll be consequences. There was a lot of companies out there that weren't like that. So that's good to hear that there wasn't. But most corporations were like that. And that's a difference too. People like to generalize the whole thing. The main corporations were very, very strategic and very strict about how they wanted this to go down, with the vaccine and the 6 feet and the mask, with people coming into their stores. Corporations. Mom and pop stores and mom and pop restaurants and mom and pop, their rules were a little bit more laxed. Their rules were a little bit more, just be respectful. Don't be fucking talking over people. And like, wear your mask if you're going to be walking around. Because people walk around, and it's not even, it's for the COVID, yes, but think about China. Everybody and their mother's wearing masks every time they go out, COVID or not. It's just, if you're walking by somebody's table when you're coughing or sneezing and shit, you think some of that's not getting in your area, in your food? And let's say, forget about COVID. How about if this person has the flu or a cold, and that could transfer to you and your kids? So what was the bad part about it, besides that you had to put a fucking mask on that's uncomfortable? It didn't bother me. I don't know why. I don't feed into the bullshit about my rights to do this. Like, I even said it to my wife once. I was like, it's crazy that we should be doing this even before COVID. Just to be healthier, like just to be, safer, we have to transmit. That's what happens when you take your kids to school. Parents know this. The first day of school, what happens usually in a household? The kids ends up being sick a couple of weeks after school opens. The parents get sick because the kid brought something from school. It's a thing. There's a lot of parents that go through that. So, I mean, is it a bad thing to wear a mask? No, it's not. It's safer. Not to, transfer freaking sicknesses to people left and right. And I see things different than other people. People is either black or white. I'm colorful. I'm colorful. I can see it in a whole bunch of different ways. I'm just gonna go with the ways that make more sense to me. That's all. That's the only difference. Don't get mad, get sad, or get glad. It's on sale at Walmart for $19.99.
The fact that we losing our sisters and mothers, and these pedophiles with the brave minds get on the dark net and play spins, and we got people addicted to heroin and methamphetamine selling their kids.
It's a fact. Close the border. We're not even gonna get into the border conversation. We're not even gonna get to the border conversation. We're not. I personally know people that live right next or close to the border. And they see it on the daily. Yo, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. That's their words. It's getting worse. They don't go in specifics. They don't tell me. It's just getting worse. And it so happens that it got worse in the last 3.5 to 4 years. It's gotten worse. And that's where people are not getting the whole Trump and Kamala thing. People think that we're saying that when Trump was president, we didn't have migrants coming through. We didn't have immigrants coming through the border. That's how people are talking. That's how they're making it seem like when they talk, or how they talk, or the shit that they bring up. Like, we're not saying that there was no immigration when Trump was president. The percentage of people that were coming in was less when he was president, which means there was a good plan in action to keep it that way. It was the lowest that it was than any other president. What are you not understanding? It's about the number of people that came in has come in more when Biden is in office. That's it. And so happens that a lot of those migrants are drug addicts. are drug dealers, are rapists, and are murderers, and gang members, and all this. That's what they are. It's so that's just a fact. We're not talking about the ones that are coming here that want to work. And you know what? It's disrespectful to my parents that had to bust their ass to come in here illegally, fork over money that they didn't have, and all that just so they could bring us here so we could be born and raised in the United States of America to have a shot at life because they didn't have it in the Dominican Republic. And it's disrespectful to my parents that had to bust their ass to become citizens, to come to this fucking country, to have their kids here, to give us an opportunity. It's disrespectful to them. For all the work that they had to do, it's disrespectful to the people right now in the other side of the fucking country that have no other choice because they have no border that are coming on this side. And they have to do it the right way. It's disrespectful that these people that come here illegally are being treated better than the citizens of this country. It's just disrespectful in any way possible, shape, or form that you could see it. If they come here, and then the argument is, oh, but a lot of them come over here because they want a better opportunity, they want a better life. Cool. Then come here the right way. We're not saying don't come at all, any of us, any of ya. We're not saying that. There's a process to come into the best country in the world. There is a process to it. Just like everybody else that does not have a border has to follow that process to the T to come over here. It is a privilege to live here. It's a privilege to live here. To be born here. To say that I am an American citizen since I came out the womb. Is a privilege to say that. It's not a guarantee for everybody. If you want to live, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you if you want to live in this country. You have to pay. You have to pay some type of thing. You have to learn about this country. You have to do what you have to do in order to be able to have an opportunity in this country to make money and provide for your family and so on and so forth. And be a vital person in the United States, a vital citizen, a person that's going to put something to this country to make it better. But we got a lot of people that are saying, no, let them through. It's called the Trojan horse effect. You let the good ones in, the bad ones are going to hide between them and get into the country. But we love our country. We love all. We want it to be better. But let them in, though. No. The minute that you cross the line, the minute that you cross that line, that border, and put one foot into the United States of America, you automatic are a felon. That is a felony. Automatic. Even if you did everything good your whole entire life, that one step to the United States, it's a felony. You just ruined your whole entire good life that you were clean and you were working and you were a good person. You ruined that by becoming a felon. Point blank. And like what people say, if a United States citizen right now is caught driving their vehicle with their kid in the car and drunk, they're going to get the kids taken away from them and they're going to go to jail. So it's going to happen to you too. I say just deport them back. Deport them back. Send them back to start. And try again in a couple of years. And try it this time the right way. And then we'll have no problem and we'll be more than welcome to let you into this country. But trying to come in here and try to get shortcuts to come into this country and everything, I don't believe is right at all, especially when every single immigrant in my family right now came in here the right way. And they did it by the standards of the United States of America. And there's nothing that anyone could say that's gonna tell me, oh, it's okay for them to come here illegally. No, sir. No, it's not. It is not. It's just common sense, bro. It's common sense. It's bad, and it was gonna continue to be bad. Why you think everybody and their mother right now is trying to do the most craziest shit right now? Look at what Biden's doing. Look what Biden's doing right now. He's trying to get it in before he has no power to do shit no more. He's trying to get as much shit as I'm gonna pardon. He said with his own mouth, "I will never pardon my son. I will never pardon him." And one of his last acts as president is pardoning his son. If Trump would have done that, motherfuckers would have crucified him. Oh, they would have crucified him if he would have done that shit. Oh, he's going back on his word. Oh, but everybody's like, oh, well, you know, he's not all up there. So you telling me that right now a person that was not all up there for the last 3.5 years is running this country and you think it's great? But he's not all up there? Will you let a not all up there motherfucker work on your car? How about take care of your kids? How about be a doctor for your kids? You want that to be around your life, but it's okay for him to be president? Don't do that. Don't do that because you're going to make yourself and everyone around you look so dumb. So dumb.
We got people addicted to heroin and methamphetamine, selling their kids.
Since the darkness has a never-ending appetite, that's why so many wicked men are never satisfied. There's no peace.
I like that.
Peace. Whoa, even our leaders have been compromised. Okay. Looking for ways to keep us hypnotized.
I like that. I'm sorry, I gotta wait for myself. I gotta wait for myself for a second. Hold on, bro.
Democrats call Republicans communists. Republicans call the Democrats socialists. Pointing fingers at each other like 3-year-olds. Why the world fall into hopelessness? I ain't gonna sit here and blame all the politicians. I know that they puppets. They moving their mouth, but somebody else talking. I feel like I'm watching the Muppets. In the suicide race.
Woo! And that's why Trump's a threat. That's why they try to get rid of him, and that's why they try to do all that. And I know there's a lot of Republicans out there that are nuts. I know. I get you. But let me ask a general question out there. Why is it there's more Republican conservatives debating random strangers and recording it and putting it on YouTube than there is Democrats or liberals? Why? Republicans mainly base all their stuff off of numbers and facts and direct quotes from people. Liberals and Democrats usually go off of their own personal experience going through different president changes or different policies. They usually come at it in a more personal effects of oneself. That's what they're debating. So that's going off of feelings. Republicans, the majority of them come out with statistics and numbers, and they try to they don't try. They debate with actual written down facts that morals and feelings have nothing to do with it. It's just straight up. I'm going off of direct facts of what's going on. So I am going to vote, and I'm going to support the person that is making more sense to my facts. But this is the main important part that people have to understand. That's how this specific person is going about voting and policy, and how he believes or she believes in the policy. You are going in a different way of, I'm going off of how this person makes me feel. Are they talking nice to me? Are they going to do something that is not, I don't really care as much as if it's going to benefit the world. I'm more worried about how is it going to benefit me more than what's going to benefit the world. I care what happens in the rest of the United States. I do. But I kind of want to it's more personal to me. I'm taking everything that's being said about the opposing person that is running. I'm taking it more as an offense because it feels like you're saying that to me because this person had nicely won me over because they're so nice and they're so humorous and their personality is so right and they know how to talk right and they're not disrespectful and they don't say outlandish things like that. They're a little bit more my style. So I'm going to go with somebody that I'm going to feel a little bit more comfortable listening to talk to. And I say all this to say you cannot fight or debate feelings with facts. Never works the fuck out. It never works out because everything that the person that is debating with facts is going to say, you're going to take a personal offense to it. Even if they're not even talking about you, you're going to take a personal offense to it. When they talk in general. You guys talk specific issues, specific situations. Like for abortion, people say, what about the women that get SA'd and end up being pregnant? And they're like, you cannot justify a policy passing through because of a situation that happens less than what it normally happens. Abortion normally is being done because they made a mistake. They had sex with somebody unprotected. But people take one or two situations that's happened and use it to fight their debate. So you're taking a more personal approach to it because you're going with the minimum amount of people. See, Republicans go off of the number rate of what's the percentage of women that had abortions because it was a mistake, and what are the percentage of the women that had an abortion when they were unfortunately SA'd by a scumbag that literally needs to get his shit chopped off. So I feel like I'm here to mediate the both because I feel it in the Democrat. I understand it in the Democrat way. I could see how that could really fuck that, man. I don't like what I'm hearing, and all this other shit. I get that. But I also have to pay very close attention to the actual numbers because this is what's going to affect my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids' kids. So I also have to put that in consideration as well. So that's why I look at both sides. I see what makes more sense to me, and I'm going to go with what makes more sense to me. That's how I make my judgment, and that's how I vote. I don't vote off of who I think is nicer to me, or who I think speaks nicer to me, or who I think has okay. Like the whole time that Kamala was running, the reason why I voted for Trump again was because Kamala. I didn't hear no policies that she was fighting for. I was hearing more policy and what these policies were going to do for me from the Republican Party. I wasn't hearing much from the Democrat because in their minds, they thought they had it in the bag. They were wrong. Go look at that map one more time. The majority, and this is where I go with what the Republicans say. That's why I agree a lot with what the Republican Party talks. The map shows how majority of the world felt the last 3.5 years. Forget about Trump, forget about anybody. You can even take Trump out and you can put anybody else in that position. And I guarantee that map was going to look exactly the same. Because no matter what, the last 3.5 to 4 years, everybody felt it. And it showed with that map that everybody felt it. Because even people that hated Trump voted for him. And that is just the hard, honest, fucking fact truth. A lot of people can't hear it because a lot of people take offense to it. I see it in both ways, and I support anybody that wants to wholeheartedly make this country great, make this country beautiful. Again, back to being a strong country that are focused on their citizens more than they're focused on any other country in this world. Like, that money that they sent for the war, they could have used that for the veterans out here that are in the street right now, that need medical help. That money could have done a lot of difference in a lot of states in this country, and they didn't do it. They helped somebody else with that money. And you want to, and you talk about you feel disrespected when Trump says something stupid. That's the biggest sign of disrespect. That shows that they matter more than what we do. That's what I feel for it. And I'm not even talking about me personally. I'm talking about us as a whole entire country. It made me feel a certain way for all of us, not just for me. But people want to fight. I guarantee you, somebody's going to say something stupid in the comment section. And you have all the right to do it. That's why I don't turn the shit off when I do these videos. I'll let you speak and I'll let you say whatever the fuck is it that you want to say about me and how I think and how I feel. But I follow a lot of politics, especially in the last couple of fucking months. I've been really into it, and I've been using my brain and hearing the words that are being said. And I don't listen to I listen to more what Trump is saying and find out where I can find the information to see if what he's saying is a fact or not. And every time people talk about, oh, he always bringing up numbers, he's always bringing up that. But when I looked at the numbers, he wasn't wrong. So how you want me to get mad when he's telling the truth? That makes no sense. Do your own research. Don't follow off what other people say. And you know what's crazy? When I listen to like Candace Owens and I listen to Charlie Kirk and I listen to Officer Tatum and I listen to all these people debating these college kids and all of this, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, all the research that I've done personally, me and my wife, when we like sending each other links and looking at numbers and stuff like that, every single one of them come up to the same conclusion that me and my wife come up with every single time. So yeah, I listen to what they have to say because my facts are matching up to what they're saying. My facts don't match up to what anybody else that is debating them is saying. So where do you want me to go? How do you want me to vote in that situation? Tell me. If I do my research and I do my facts and I look at the numbers and these people are saying exactly what I read, but these people are just not even bringing up numbers because they know they can't, but they're bringing up their personal feeling. I'm not going to go over it like that. I'm not going to waste my time listening to what they got to say. I'm going to go with what facts tell me because it's going to benefit my family. It's going to benefit a lot of families. And maybe we could get back to being one of the greatest countries in the world. The people are like, oh, when was this country great? Right now. Right now it's great. You know how many? And if you don't like it, you can leave. That's no problem with you to get out of here. That's not a problem at all. You know how many Canadians right now? And it's crazy that I saw this and the algorithm is nuts because when you watch one video of a certain content, it gives you a whole bunch of other videos on TikTok of that same content. So you know how many Canadians right now are willing to trade passports to come into the United States right now? They're like, people think it's sweet until they come over here. People think, oh, they have it bad now. Go, it's not going to be greener on the other side. That's why these people are trying to come into this country. Because it's not good in the other side. But if you guys are wanting to go, feel free, bro. Because you know what? If Kamala would have won, I would have stood my happy ass right in the United States. You're not going to run me out of my country. I'm going to stay here. Whether bad, good, indifferent, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stay and protect my country and keep on being a citizen of this great country. Because there's no other country out here that has the amount of opportunity like the United States. So that's why I say it's a gay country. Because it's bad for you. Look at the decisions that you've made and see how bad it really is. To see whose fault is it that is bad for you. Stop taking your specific life choices and just because it went bad for you, make it all of us problem because it's not. You don't want to work. You don't want to do nothing. You want to do this. And I'm not saying not everybody's like that, but for the people that don't want to do that, stop asking why is your life shitty. You bust your ass, you work, you bust your ass, you work, you get what you want. Learn money. Learn how to invest. Learn how to make the money work for you. Learn how to build wealth. Oh, I don't got a college degree and I can't go to school because I don't have no opportunities. Fuck out of here. Don't give me that bullshit, bro. You have to make sacrifices in order you want change, bro. What part of that don't you understand? You have to make that sacrifice. You have to fucking say, you know what? I'm going to downgrade my living style. That's one. Maybe I won't buy fucking $400 in sneakers. Maybe I won't go out every single weekend and save some of that money. Maybe I won't go out and order Uber Eats every single fucking day. Maybe I won't do any of that. And just imagine how much money you'll have next. You don't see, people don't see that. People, oh, so I have to cut my lifestyle in order for what? Yeah, you have to change your lifestyle in order if you want a better lifestyle. You motherfuckers can't keep on living, throwing their money away on frivolous things and not know and understand that's the reason why you stay in the hood. Save your fucking money and get the fuck out. That's simple. And the amount of money that these dealers are doing out in the streets right now, y'all make enough money that y'all can make a very nice down payment on a beautiful home and get the fuck out of this whole situation. But there's no game plan. There's no plan in your head. You think this is all you need. No, not all you need, but you think this is all you can do in this life. You can get out of the streets and you can do something different with yourself. You limit yourself from doing something to make yourself out. Don't blame that shit on government and policies and all this other shit. You do that. Imagine how many people looked at me crazy when I just said stop buying sneakers and stop wasting money on doing your hair every single fucking weekend or getting a haircut, buying new fucking gear and buying this and buying that. How about you stop doing that for a minute and buy a home, buy property? You know what they need? Oh my God, you know what they need, bro? Talk about I can't get a house because my credit score 500. Duh, nigga. Duh. That's like are you gonna lend a crackhead $5? So why the fuck do you people think that they could show up in a bank, show a history of not paying shit, and expect the bank to loan them money for a house? That's a business, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lend a nigga money if I know he has a bad record of paying bills. What makes me think he's gonna pay me? I'm special? No. How about work on your credit? How about get a credit card and be a responsible fucking adult? Use it for gas and whatever frivolous things that you need to buy. Not frivolous, but like your cigarettes, your necessities, whatever it is that you need for a day. And then pay it. Build your credit. I literally, me and my wife got a credit card. My credit score was like 4 and change. My wife's credit score was lower than that. And we got one credit card apiece, one of those like prepaid credit card type deals, and started with that. And then eventually we got to a point that we were accepted for like an actual real credit card. And then we used it right. And our credit score skyrocketed. We're over 7 right now. So it's a way of doing it. It's just like, you're not going to like it. It's going to suck. You're not going to be able to do the things that you used to do. You're not going to be able to go out clubbing every day. You're not going to be able to go out to trips and vacation. All that shit comes later, bro. Right now it's grind time. Right now is to put the work in. Try to get your credit score where it needs to be at. Get the proper loans. Build yourself and do what you love to do. Make your income however it is that it makes you feel comfortable doing and happy. None of that is easy, but once you get all that in place, it's a breeze from that point on. Watch how your attitude changes about everything. Watch how your thoughts change about policies that presidents put out. But people don't do that. It's me, what I want now, and I'm not going to change the way I am. I ain't going to change my lifestyle for that shit. Go ahead. Then stop bitching about it then.
I know to keep on asking is why, but if you discipline your kids, they say it's abusive, blah, blah, blah. Ask me to answer all of these questions, I tell you I really ain't certain. But letting the kids do whatever they want and being passive aggressive ain't working. And girls nowadays don't want to be a woman, they want to be a man. And if a boy wants to become a woman and change his gender, I guess that he can.
I've talked about this subject before, and I'm going to say it again, and that shit was fire the way he put that shit together. Whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own home, it's not my problem. I pray for you, whatever. You do what you got to do. I still love you as a human being. Whatever you want to do, That's your problem, bro. You do what you want to do. I don't care what you do outside, inside your home, inside your own private life. You're all sexual, whatever you do sexually or whatever you do physically to yourself, that should be kept to yourself. That should be kept to yourself. It's nobody's business what you want to do or how you feel or anything. It's your problem. How you feel and how you want to be. Not mine. The problem with that is stop bringing it to schools. And it's absolutely in schools. There's videos out there. I don't even have to say that again. There's books in schools. It's out there. Go check it out. Leave my kid out of it. Stop exposing that to my child. Give my child a chance. What's going on right now is people, when kids go through puberty, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of depression. It's a tough time for a teenage person when they go through puberty. And when you start throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there, of course they're going to be like, well, this is exactly how I feel. So that's me then. That's why I'm like this. No, it's because you're going to puberty. If you stop the process of puberty to happen, it's going to be bad for that child in the future. They have to go through that process of puberty. When you start giving them a whole bunch of hormone pills and a whole bunch of crap to them because they feel different, there's an issue. Let them go through the process like you went through the process and like we went through the process. And then see how they feel at 18. If at 18, wholeheartedly, I want to do this, I support it. Go ahead and do it. You're 18, you're an adult, you do whatever you want to do. Give them a shot to go through a normal childhood without trying to throw different shit at them in school. That's my problem with it, and that's my only problem with it. Everything else is not my business, it's not my problem. What my problem is my fucking child. That's my problem. And once you start putting your bullshit into my child's face, that's when I have a problem with it. Especially in the stages the kids, how they go through puberty. And the process they have to deal with going through puberty. It's not easy for a child, no child. And you guys make it more difficult. And that's my problem with it. Whatever you want to do to yourself, I don't care. If you're over the age of 18 and you're doing it on your own, it shouldn't be my business anyway. But keep it to yourself. That's my fucking problem with that bullshit.
They want to be a man, and if a boy wants to become a woman and change his gender, I guess that he can.
And I got transgenders that follow me, and I love them to death. That has nothing to do with how I feel. Because you know why? Most of them that follow me agree with me. They're transgender and they're proud, and I love them. I'm not going to treat them no different than I treat anybody else that follows me. Abso-fucking-lutely not. But it's specific ones out there that are pushing an agenda that are doing it in the LGBTQ camp or community. There's specific people there that are of a power that are pushing agendas. There are a lot of transgenders that are online saying this is all bullshit. Y'all still need to stop fucking pushing these to these babies. You need to stop pushing this. They're out there. So if the transgender community, a lot of them are saying that, don't you think there's something up? I don't hate nobody until there's a quote that someone said, and I totally forgot how it went. I love somebody. It was Officer Tatum. He said it. I love somebody until the person gives me a reason not to love them no more. And once they give me a reason not to love them no more, it's as easy as getting them out of my life, and I'm good. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. But anybody, I don't care what skull, I don't care sexuality, gender, I don't care about none of that. Who are you as a person? What makes you a person that is gonna bring some type of positivity and positive energy towards my way? That's what I'm worried about. Your character, who you are as a person, the decisions you make. Your morals. That's what's important to me. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Because everything else is not my business. It really isn't. And I'm probably gonna go get hate for that.
They wanna be a man, and if a boy wants to become a woman and change his gender, I guess that he can. I know I'ma be crucified for it, so I'ma say this with my chest. A woman shouldn't try to be no man, and a man should put on a dress. Lil Dicky came out the Messiah, and they say that it's art and he get away with it. But I bet you whenever I release this song, everybody gon' call me a bigot. But that don't mean I hate you, just because I don't agree with you. I want y'all to open up y'all's hearts to God and come join me as brothers and sisters. I know a lot of Christians try to demonize homosexuals and transgenders. You calling them names and laughing at them while you yourself still a sinner. Don't take a hard look in the mirror. Deep down, you know that ain't righteous. Cause if you claim love but you hate them, it's you with the identity crisis.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's what happens with a lot of people in this world with this whole conversation. People are taking what specific people in that community say and putting it as a whole and putting everybody in the same category and talking shit to gay and lesbians and transgenders that have nothing to do with how these people are acting. And then you're attacking these people that are living their lives and minding their own fucking business and being vital people in the community, and you're treating them the same way. And that's bullshit. That right there is absolutely insane. I don't like that specific person because that specific person did something specific that made me not like them. What does that specific person have to do with this person that didn't do it? Just because they're in the same community? That doesn't mean shit. That's racist. That's racist, however you want to see it. It's racist. You can't put a group of people in the same category. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different mentality. Everyone acts different. Everyone has different views and different policies that they believe in. So you can't be putting people in the same category like that. And whoever does that is a cornball. 100% cornball. There's specific people that I don't like that are pushing agendas. The community is not my problem. It's those specific people that are my problem, that have the power to put shit into place, that have the power to stop it, to stop showing this shit to these kids. And they don't. They're my problem. You guys have to stop taking shit that people say as direct shot at yourselves. It's not a direct shot at you. It's not. But those douchebags that want to put majority of all these transgenders in the same, all these transgender people and all these gay people and lesbian people in the same category as a few nut jobs that talk shit, it's crazy. We need to stop thinking that way. We need to start holding people accountable for their actions, not because of their race, not because of their sexuality, but because of the person that they are. Person, human. I know a lot of people don't believe in the things that I believe in, but that's what makes it beautiful being a human, man. I'm special. I have a unique way of thinking, and you have a unique way of thinking. That's what makes it special. Not our skin colors. Think about it like that. I love you no matter if you agree with me or not. It's always going to be love. I don't care, but be respectful. And I'll be respectful to you. Dun, 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 dun. That's it.
You know that ain't righteous, cause if you claim love but you hate them, it's you with the identity crisis. And I'm going in for the little babies who never got to use their voice, the aborted ones who never got to choose but killed in the name of choice. Yeah, I know it's a slippery slope, but I ain't doing it.
And that's another example. We could use that for an example. The same thing. Stop generalizing everything. Stop pointing at like, oh, look at these separate cases of this happening. So you're saying that you should end up what? I want to say I don't believe in. I'm about pro-life. I'm pro-life. That baby has nothing to do. And people keep on fighting with me about that, and I'm just like, okay, I get there's certain cases that are unique in their own way that I could understand why people would want to get an abortion. I'll wholeheartedly understand it. Like people getting SA'd and you know, children, and I even don't even like talking about that. That shit angers me so much. But I get that there's certain cases that, yes, that opportunity, perfect. But it has been proven. It has been proven that the mothers that do that end up regretting it after a while. You're looking for a quick fix right away. But then in a couple of years, that quick fix is going to come back. And it's going to hurt you mentally. So going through the 9-month process with somebody's baby, somebody's baby that was made through terrible circumstances. The baby inside of her was brought into this world the wrong way. But why should that baby, why should that baby suffer consequences like death? Because something bad happened. Something horrible happened. A bad with another bad doesn't make things better. And if it's not too much, there are other options. There are adoption agencies. And there's a real long process to make sure that baby ends up with a great parent. They're out there. They're absolutely out there. There's women right now in this world that they can't have kids, unfortunately. It just can't happen. And are dying to be mothers and are dying to be nurtured. That women naturally are nurturing people. They want to raise, they want that's just in your DNA. That's what women naturally are. That's why if you see women, majority of women, not all, I know there's certain cases that are different, but majority of the women in the world always go through fields that have to do with nurturing. Nurses, lawyers, lawyers and it's a mixture with lawyers and women and men in there. I think men took that over, but there are women that are great at it because they have that nurturing feeling with their client. They make their clients feel like, oh, Mama Bear is going to take care of it for you. They go into teaching. They go into, it's all that has to do with nurturing and caring and growing the brain and the physical. So it may hurt at the moment and it may be a shitty situation at the moment. But it's better to take the proper precautions and seek counseling through that process of being pregnant with a child due to bullshit circumstances and horrible situations. And help you through mentally this process and give birth to this child and give that child a shot to grow up in a good home. It's been proven kids are not raised to be that way. Just because you have a person, that douchebag's baby doesn't mean that kid's going to end up being that way. That kid needs a nurturing family, and a family is gonna mentally give him what he needs. And that child's going to grow up to be a wonderful human being if raised right. But just give them a chance. We're all survivors of abortion. We all had to go through that same process. When does life begin? At conception. That's when it begins. The minute that sperm hits that egg, that is life. That is what created. Without that process, you and nobody in here would be here. And I understand the woman's right to do what she wants to do with her body, and that's absolutely 100% true. But that body inside of you, it's not you. It's not yours. It's not you. It's part of you. It's an extension of you, but it's not you. It has a different DNA than you do. So that's why it's considered murder. That body is not yours. Just and people calling infants leeches and all this other stuff is like crazy. Like what? Like how do you figure that? It's a horrible circumstances, but that's talking about very small cases of it. For the majority of it is used as birth control. It's used as, oh shit, I got with this dude from last night. I don't even know him, and I think I'm pregnant. So it's quicker for me to do that, and I don't have to deal with it and throw it and be done with it and keep on with my life than me actually deal with the consequences. Well, stop having unprotected sex, and then you won't have to deal with that. Or how about wait until you're married and you won't have to deal with that? That will be things that you don't even have to worry about. But don't tell me how to live my life. Don't tell me what to do. All right, then. That's cool. I'm pro-life. I don't believe that should happen. There's other options that are out there. It's hard, but the sooner you deal with it and the sooner you get mental help to deal with this process, the better the recovering process is going to be, and the quicker the recovering process is going to be. And then maybe in 10, 20 years, you don't feel the same and you regret having to do this. How about not wait until, don't feel that regret? How about in 20 years, whenever you want, if you want to see your kid, all you got to do is contact the parents and say, hey, is there any possible way that I could see it or her? And you can see the kid and then keep it that way. It's not a normal situation, but and one way or another, it's not going to be good. That child has nothing to do with any of that. And that's just how I feel. I'm a parent, so I'm gonna think it differently than a person that doesn't have kids. People don't believe that, and people think it's just what people need to say because they want to seem to be like good parents. And it's been said a lot, but it's not a lot. It's an absolute fact that when you have kids, your brain changes, and it changes quick. Your way of thinking, it completely changes. And you're more loving, and you feel more worthy to be here. And kids are just a different type of feeling. Like my kids, I swear to you, when they were kids, I looked at my son and my daughter, and I'm just like, what? I'm just in awe of them. And then seeing them grow to be responsible adults and doing what they're doing, it's just like, oh my God. It's like, I think I did something right for once in my life. I feel like me and my wife did really well with my kids. For their ages, doing what they're doing right now, it's like, it's not common. My daughter going to school and working and not going clubbing and not going, like she's a good kid. She's a good kid. And then I've seen a lot of kids being in retail. I've seen a lot of kids with their parents, and I'm so happy to see it when I see it, that the kids are respectful and they understand. And I see it. Oh, you were raised by the same guidelines that I raised my kids by. And you could just see it right away. You can see the difference. And I love seeing that. And just seeing the child grow. Like my niece right now, I love that little girl so damn much. Because she has that I don't know, her energy is different and she is so sweet, but at the same time she could give you attitude and everything. But just seeing the process of these kids grow up, grow older, to become adults and see what they do with their lives is amazing. It's an amazing experience to witness. So that's why it's absolutely a true fact when people say when you have a kid, it just changes you for the better. It's a different feeling, bro. Different feeling. I see my son sometimes, I look up at him, and I'm like, man, I'll still fuck you up.
You never got to choose, but killed in the name of choice. Yeah, I know it's a slippery slope, but I ain't doing to keep that up on the shelf. Somebody gotta stand up for the ones who can't stand up for themselves.
Looking for something you can feed your eyes, something that'll keep you distracted till the beast arrives. You don't see.
A like that. Hold on. I'ma subscribe. I had to subscribe to him. I had to. The hook is crazy. I love the hook. It gives me that feeling.
And it's hard for me not to cry when the addict don't think they can never stop using and give up and don't even try. The high's all that'll motivate them, and they family and friends hate them. They break the law, welfare gets called, now all of their kids get taken. Now the family's separated, but who can we blame? It's the way that we made it. We make tons of babies and don't even raise them, and marriage is no longer sacred. I sit and I wonder how God feels.
Nope, and that's a fact. That is another fact, sir. That is an absolute fact. The tablet, the TV, the phone, that's what's raising the kids now. Parents they're having these kids and they don't want to raise them. If you know if you don't want that kid or not, you know if for some reason you don't feel that connection, you don't feel that, do you and that child a favor and put that child up for adoption. Give it to a family member that you trust, that you know they can do a better job than you feel like you can. But don't let that kid go through bullshit because you don't care too much about how that child gets raised or how that child comes out to be an adult. Like the minute two people made the decision to have unprotected sex and ended up at that minute right there was when they decided, I'm going to be a parent. Whether you like it or not, you're going to be a parent. So what type of parent are you going to be? And I've seen people in high school, when I was in high school, I've seen people be together for 2-3 years and then do it and then boom, pregnant. And you know what? They have the kid. And you know what? It was tough being that young and having a child. And I saw the whole road. I've helped my boy take his girl to the doctor's appointment at 18, 19 years old. I've gone with them to doctor's appointments. I've seen the process, how it works. And it's not an easy process. A lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, a lot of stress, a lot of bullshit. But then, 20 years later, I go and I look up on Facebook and I see them. And they have 3 more kids. And with big smiles on their faces, having the greatest time of their lives. Have a beautiful home, beautiful property, beautiful everything. And I see what they did for themselves. Knowing where they came from, knowing the struggle that they went through. Knowing my boy telling me, yo, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is tough. This is crazy. I don't know what to do. And then to see them now, I'm just like, wow. I saw that happen from the beginning. And look at them now. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And if you feel like you're not up for the challenge, if you feel like your pleasures are more important than anybody else's, and that happens, have the kid, put it up for adoption. Get surrogate parents for the child. There's people out there that have a lot of money and they can't have children for some reason or another, and they want a child to take care of and spoil and love and do all that. Find them. They'll pay for all your medical. There are programs out there. They'll pay for the medical bills. They'll pay for everything. That I don't know. That's just how I love babies. I love babies. They're innocent. It's the only thing innocent in this world are small babies. And if I have to protect them to the day I die, then I have to protect them to the day I die. There is not their fault that this world is crazy. It's not.
Of babies and don't even raise them, and marriage is no longer sacred. I sit and I wonder how God feels as He continues to give us His grace. He gave up His Son to be tortured, and we turn around and we spit in His face. I heard Dax once ask God if He was coming back, then where is He? But He's been here knocking on doors, even knocked on yours, but I guess you was busy. See, the evil one is so tricky.
He was talking to Dax?
Spit in his face. I heard Dax once ask God if he was coming back, then where is he? But he's been here knocking on doors, even knocked on yours, but I guess you was busy.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. People keep us. That's a fact, bro. Oh. That's an uber fact. That's an uber fact. God is everywhere. He gives people. He gives people. There's miracles out there. He's knocking on people's doors, like he said, man. God's here. God comes in many forms, in many shapes, in many situations, in many things. People just don't listen. They just don't. They don't have that faith. They don't. That faith disappeared through years and years of bullshit, and that faith got buried. They don't believe in it no more. And I pray for them. I pray for everybody. Let's just live a better life, bro. All right, isn't everybody tired, bro? Y'all not tired? Dealing with all this shit, y'all ain't tired. I guess not. I guess they still got some energy. Y'all both 5-hour energy or Red Bull? Which one you want?
Was coming back, then where is he? But he's been here knocking on doors, even knocked on yours, but I guess you was busy. See, the evil one is so tricky, he made y'all think he don't exist. But he lives in the closed fist and the razors cutting our teenagers' wrists. I know that's a little intense, but if I can get you to listen, I have to. We scream our hearts out cause we love you, but y'all staying there like statues. This song might make me lose some of y'all, but I can't let that be my excuse. And it saddens me.
And you know what? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, and I'm gonna tell you this from the bottom of my heart. I lost a lot of subscribers when the whole voting thing and the debates and all that stuff was happening. I lost a lot of people because of my point of views and stuff like that. And I sit back and I think, and I'm just like, you know what? Maybe that's God. God was the reason why that happened. Maybe I don't need to have those type of people in my life. Because I will respect you and I will respect your point of view 100%. No matter what you believe in, I respect it, and I can look at it in your side and I can understand it in your side. But if we, like I said in Goatworthy's podcast, I'm gonna treat you with respect as long as you treat me with respect, and I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna hear your points, and if I have a rebuttal, I'm gonna respectfully say my rebuttal when it's my turn to talk, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna have a respectful conversation. But the minute disrespect starts happening, don't be surprised if I just log the fuck off. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. I'm gonna come out your mouth and say something crazy like that because either you believe I don't understand you or you don't agree with something I say so much that it pisses you off that you go irate and start going crazy. No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, we don't go crazy. There's videos of all of you screaming in your cars when Trump won. There's literal videos of all you screaming. That's not crazy? Oh, okay. So then what's crazy? Then I'm all confused then. I've been shown what crazy looked like. For many years. I thought that's what it looked like. I'm sorry. I didn't know that wasn't crazy. That was emotion. You didn't have to record it. I know for a fact this is exactly how those videos went down. Now I'm gonna do this, watch. I really hope this goes viral. If it goes viral, imagine if it goes viral. Oh my God, everybody's gonna see me. I'm gonna get my hair done and I'm gonna do, I can't wait. All right, you ready? Just stay quiet, don't say nothing. I'm gonna act crazy. I am. Shh. Just don't laugh when I do it because the people going to hear that, and I ain't got time to edit because I got to go pick up my baby from daycare. So you can't be doing that. Please don't laugh. Please don't laugh. All right, you ready? Watch. 3, 2. I'm so nervous. I can't believe it! What? Tear? Fuck out of here. Anybody that has the time to hit record and position themselves properly to scream is crazy. I understand how recording works. I get, this is exactly what it do. Or I cannot see somebody say, oh my God, Trump won. don't see that happening. So yeah, that's a little bit crazy.
Evidence say some of this, but you know what they say about the truth. It hurts. I get it. I've been there. I know it. Same things we use just to feel better is what Satan used to control us. He presents a lie through the stimuli, and our sense of pride intensifies, desensitized from what sin implies. Now everybody thinking they can be God.
About cast their eyes, 'cause those claiming they're righteous, saying that their hands are tied. They won't bleed. Whoa. Since the enemy's working over,
I love this hook. I love this hook.
this thing in overdrive with that speed. For one king. Whoa.
That voice is nasty. I ain't gonna lie, man. I got goosebumps on my toe knuckle. You ever had your hair and your toe knuckle stand up? I like that. Shout out to Steve for that track, man. Shout out to you, bro. That was fucking fire. I like that. Listen, like I said, man, this is just how I think. This is how I feel. I don't mean to hurt nobody's heart, but sometimes, man, it gets too much sometimes. Sometimes I gotta let it out. Sometimes I gotta speak. I gotta speak with what I believe, and I gotta speak on certain subjects. So I mean, blame it on Nicky if you got a problem. But always understand that I love you. I don't care about none of that, man. I just want love and peace, bro. I don't want none of this bullshit. None of it. I want bad people to get punished for the bad things that they do, and I want good people to flourish and profit and just live a good life. That's what I want. That's what I believe in. Forget about religion, politics, and everything. That's what I believe in. Point blank. I love all of you guys. I'm going to talk to you guys in a minute. I got more coming. Don't forget, I am going live tonight, 9 p.m. I got my guys from the Trading It Podcast up tonight, 9 p.m. It's going to be fun. I love all you guys. Peace.